Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my podcast, No Cap, Just Raw. Today, guys, this is the second episode. I'm excited and I have so much I want to share with you guys. And today, I really just want to talk to you guys about just being unapologetically yourself and just kind of telling you what it took for me to get into a place and into a mindset of doing what's good for me and doing exactly what I felt God was telling me to do for my life and in order to reach the success points in my life. I've always been about impact, influence, improvement, and I'm one person that if I do something and I don't see any improvement in what I'm doing or I don't see any change or growth, I am essentially wasting my time. And that's how you should look at everything in your life. Anything you're doing and there is no improvement, there's no growth, no kind of growth spurt of any kind, you're wasting your time. Or let me not say you're wasting your time because sometimes you might be doing the right thing, but you're not doing it the right way. So I've learned to constantly study, learn, and level up, to remain humble because I don't always have the answer. Some of the things that you need to learn in life, sometimes you got to learn it from somebody else. You need to learn it from the little guy. You need to learn it from the big person. You need to learn it from the mean person. You need to learn it from the nice person. So you just never know who has the answers you're looking for. I remember back in 2019, that was like my breakout year. It was a huge year of transition for me because it was the first time that I was stepping out and doing something on my own. And this was the year that the Lord really pushed me into ministry. And he was like, this is what you're going to do. And I got into starting a YouTube channel. And when I first started, I didn't know what I was doing, but I didn't think about it. I'm not somebody that puts too much thought into everything or plan everything. I sometimes like to do things and just do it. And whatever happens, happens, because I believe that the best teacher in life is life. So life will teach you better than anyone can. I know a lot of people that know things and know ways how to do things, but they don't want to give information. Some people are selfish. They want to be at the top and they don't want anyone up there with them. They just want to be the only one that's up there with everyone looking at them. But I've learned in life that if you make it to the top and you get to the top of the ladder, reach back and pull somebody up as well, because that's the only way to stay on top, to help others. And when you help others, you will continue to elevate to higher levels. But anyways, I started doing YouTube in 2019. I did not a promo. I was going to say a promo. I did an intro video. I did some episodes and I just did what I felt the Lord leading me to do. I would talk about God, talk about people in the Bible, their faith, what they've been through, and just kind of let the Holy Spirit lead me. Now, here's where it got very, very tricky. As I was doing what I was doing, I probably had 5, 6, 7 episodes by this time. I had people around me instilling fear in me and telling me that what I was doing was wrong. Now, here's the thing. I feel like you never really get a chance of knowing who you truly are until you step out on your own. Being alone is the best place to know who you are. You'll never know who you are being in the crowd, staying in the crowd. It's too hard to see yourself. You got to see you first before others see you. You have to know what you can bring to the table. You have to know what you're packing. You have to know how powerful you are. You need to know who you are first before the world can know who you are. So 2019 was the first time that I stepped out and I felt ready to step out and I did it boldly. But again, I had people around me telling me that what I was doing wasn't right. And a lot of times, sadly, I hate to say this, but a lot of the people who will tell you wrong may be in-house people, maybe good friends, even family. will be the ones that truly instill that fear in you. And the reason they can do that is because these are people that know you really well. You know them really well. You grew up with these people. So you kind of trust what they're telling you. You're like, oh my gosh, maybe what I'm doing is not right. And I started questioning everything I'm doing to the point where I just kind of stopped doing YouTube. I dismantled my channel. I deleted all the videos because I was like, I'm not doing the right thing. And I was afraid that the Lord was displeased with what I was doing. And now that I think about it, you're hearing me say this, you're like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why would God be displeased with something that you clearly knew that he told you to do? But I was a different person in 2019 than I am in December 2022. Thank God for that. And so I stopped doing everything and I retracted, and I was just like, okay, like what I'm doing is wrong, this and this and that. And I was very conflicted because I was like, God gave me a ministry, and the Path of Purity Inc., that was a ministry. That was what I was doing online. I was doing ministry under that ministry, the Path of Purity Inc. So I was just kind of like, I don't understand what's going on, God. I'm getting mixed messages. And I just continuously prayed. And then in 2020, the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, this was a year where I was separated from everybody, family, friends, and it was just me and God. And at that time, that's when I went back into what the Lord had instructed me to do. And he came back to me and he spoke to me again. And this is where TikTok was born. Oh my gosh. TikTok was like huge. And I mean, just the growth, like people on TikTok, I mean, because everybody was in quarantine. So it was just like no one else had anything else. Nobody had anything else to do but just scroll on the internet and watch videos and be entertained. So I started doing this thing called the verse of the day. And this was not under the ministry page. This was under my personal page, Princess Olympia, but I'm the ministry. So it didn't matter. To me, my page was the ministry page. And I just started posting the verse of the day every single day. And I would get online. The Holy Spirit would inspire me. He said, share this verse and say this. I would just take the phone, turn it on, record. I didn't practice what I was going to say. I didn't plan it. I didn't write it. I just spoke spontaneously. I find that spontaneity is my style. So, I mean, I'll literally just get on record and I'm doing my thing. And that's really how I do a lot of things. Like even with music, singing music, like if I'm going to record a song, sometimes I have no idea what the lyrics are. I just hear a beat. I like it. And then the words just come like that. And the Holy Spirit just divinely downloads what he wants to be done and said. But anyways, I then from that TikTok era and COVID and everything, my TikTok following started to grow. But towards the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, just the first few months of 2021, I kind of stopped a little bit. But present day, I do have quite the following on my TikTok account. And from 2020 until now, present day, it's incredible. I look at how much I've grown as a person, how much my confidence, because even though I was spontaneous and I was certain about what I was doing, I still had a lot in me, a lot of fear and a lot of things that God used those moments of obedience to weed out of me. God weed out a lot of insecurities in me. God weed out a lot of fear. And these are all things we have. And if you're going to be you, and I mean unapologetically you, God has to weed. Fear is the first thing that has to go because it's the big monster. Because once fear is gone, you can do anything. Anything is possible in your mind. So an unhealthy mind is a mind that's rooted in fear. This is where condemnation comes from. This is where doubt comes from, uncertainty, and just the idea of that you're not good enough or you're not qualified. And that's how I felt. But all of that stemmed from fear. And I can definitely and confidently and unapologetically say that present day, all those things are gone. There is a lot of fear that was once there that is not there anymore. I'm proud to say that. And I say that with boldness and confidence because God has truly, truly delivered me. So anyone who's listening to this, you have a dream, you want to sing, you have the gift to write lyrics, you want to rap, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to go viral, whether it's for the Lord or whatever that your purpose, you feel your purpose is. I'm talking to everybody. You need to come out of fear. Once your fear is gone, you can do anything. You will be unapologetically you. Guys, that is it for this episode of No Cap, Just Raw. Again, thank you for listening. And we will talk again in episode 3. Bye, guys.